morning, everybody. Welcome to Exploring the Car. It's Monday morning, and I don't know how many people follow the shows that I've been a guest on, and that I do myself. That I do 2 radio shows now, Fridays and Saturdays. When I was on Beyond the Veil Friday night? Friday night. After my Spiral radio show. Oh wait, you know what? No. When I did my show Saturday night on Truth Frequency Network, I talked about it. And this is the first time I think I talked about it in public on any shows. Or anywhere, there's a few things I talked about, and one of them was being born with this bright red birthmark, and in many cultures, they believe that birthmarks are not just random occurrences. Sometimes they are prophetic signs, they are calling cards, symbols, sometimes they are manifestations of past life injuries and death wounds. There's all different kinds, all shades and colors, all different textures, and they all have to do with encoding. And they all have to do with who you are in your DNA. And I think both positive and negative effects can come from having these birthmarks as well as removing them. I was born with a bright red earth-shaped. Well, some people think the earth is flat. That's one topic I don't talk about. I don't get into because it's not going to get us anywhere. It's nothing you can even prove or like it's a conversation you just can't. You're always because it's a conversation that's not a conversation. It's an argument. It's like you got the flat earthers versus people think it's round, or I think it is some sort of sphere, but I don't want to talk about it. It's, like I said, it ends up being side for side, an argument. I do think we're in some sort of dome, but I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I know I've had some experience where I felt like I went through the firmament, and when I looked back, it was a dome I was looking at, and there was cubes stuck inside the dome, and trapezoids, all types of shapes and things embedded in the dome. It looked like a computer board almost, but it definitely did have a rounded. If anything, it might. If it is flat, maybe we're on a flat surface and they have like a sky dome over it. Who knows? But it's a conversation that ends up being an argument, and I don't really want to get involved in that kind of shit. But anyway, I was born with a bright red birthmark inside of my right corner right here. Pretty big too. And it's in my baby pictures until I'm like, I don't know, probably one or two, maybe. I don't know, I gotta ask my dad when they removed it. In Strega and Benedante especially, lineage and beliefs, that is the mark especially when it's bright red like that, that is the mark of second sight, especially because of the area that it was in. Anything in or around the eye in this area right here is the marks of second sight. And I feel that made it, not only did these dark, soulless entities, if you want to, we could call them AI, not only did they feel the vibration and know of the birth and were after me inside the womb as well, but they for sure knew that I was born. And any entity in our physical plane that is interwoven with this AI, and sort of like a droid from it, because once it builds its network and invades humans and whoever, then these humans automatically download the information and are aware of the calling cards, and they are aware of the information within inside certain people with these birthmarks. And I feel that that was my parents intuitively trying to protect me, and ingrained in their DNA was a natural instinct to protect me and remove that birthmark. Genghis Khan was born with one of these birthmarks, but he was born with it in a bright red one inside of his left palm. And shaman all over the world, and people knew when he was born, the shaman in his village knew when he was born that he would be a king in battle and a ruthless murderer, because it was in his left palm. And we all know his story. So I feel when it was removed, it probably changed my infrastructure a little bit. And you know, I don't remember anything too much to childhood. I remember certain events, but I talked about like in being in first grade with those other shadow electricity beings. And you know, there's an interesting entity called Mulengro. And Mulengro is like some describe it as an alien barb that is like an out of control arrow that pierces generation from generation with its poison. It's like a virus entering the system. And basically this thing, Mulengro, denies the person the right to be an individual and assures that its victims remain emotionally crippled, and they travel from generation to generation and cling to you. And this entity, which is like a AI virus, has to do with the 7 faces: greed, envy, deceit, denial, expectation, and assumption. Some describe it as a weed, a devilish weed that tries to smother the whole forest. So like a virus that enters your system and tries to smother your whole body. And Mulengro comes from Roman gypsies and shaman language. It's a term from those times, and I'm pretty sure it came from the Etruscans originally, which means probably from a different name from the Persians. And my next video, I wanted to continue the Lake Nemi and Rex nemorensis as well, because that's a huge topic I need to talk about. Because Rex nemorensis would become a giant, similar to the stories of Mars, and he would appear with a huge club, and the Rex nemorensis would battle to be the king of the forest for the year, and it would be a ritual combat. And this was part of what the Benedante took place in, and I feel it is totally interfacing with a soulless machine entity that has pushed itself into matter and has manipulated DNA. So it looks like an actual being, but is a soulless machine in some ways, a biological machine. So what are we? Are we similar? Are we sort of biological machines with souls downloaded? That's the question, you know. And this is all some heavy shit, but I love it. This is the morning editions. We're uncovering this shit together, and we're figuring it all out together. I'm gonna go into work because I'm shot. I have my arm all pulled out right now too, and I barely got any sleep. But we trucking on. See you guys soon inside the Eye of Ra. Spiral out.